Grizzly said last week, the biggest thing for you, he thinks, is consistency. Just curious what you think of through 2 weeks, how you fared in that part.
Yeah, I think, there's been a lot of good, but also, stuff to work on. I think at this level, consistency is kind of the number one thing that separates you from the rest of the pack. So I'm just, constantly fighting for that, fighting for some consistency, both in practice and then obviously translating that to game day.
Amy Just?
Yeah, I knew you hit some 70-yard punts in college. How do those, I guess, compare to the 60, 59-yarders that you hit last week?
Yeah, a lot of those long punts in college include roll yardage. So, air yardage, probably 59, 60 is what I maxed out in college. So, to hit those first couple games of my career has been great. And I think, obviously, if you do that every time to be awesome, that's not really realistic. So, making sure to, have, if I miss hit a ball, for it not to be catastrophic. And that's kind of the key for me, the key to be consistent. And, those big punts will come, but that's not always what the product's going to be with weather and stuff like that. So just being able to be, consistent with my process is going to be really key for me.
Yeah, what does a game like last week do for you when you hit two really long punts and then you pin another one inside the 7, I think it was?
Yeah, I think it does a lot for my confidence. Being back after a whole year not playing a game, I think just kind of getting back into the flow of things, figuring out different wind patterns and stadiums we play in. It's a lot different than, a practice field where wind is coming from a direction that it's kind of known. Wind in these stadiums kind of swirls around a lot, so kind of getting used to that again has been great for my confidence, and obviously looking forward to taking on another challenge up in New England.
Luke Johnson.
Hey, what's your impressions of what Ty Montgomery's done as a gunner? I think he's got tackles on like 5 of your punts or something.
Yeah. If you're playing opposite JT Gray, you're going to get a lot of action, a lot of single coverage, and Ty's done a great job for us, and he's going to be a key to our success all year long. Just kind of continue to keep doing what he's doing. He's getting singled a lot, like I said, and he's beating up those guys on the outside and obviously really, really fast. So just playing really, at a high tempo has really helped me out, helped me be confident where I'm placing the ball, and we'll really need that from him for the rest of the season.
Rod Walker.
Hey, Blake, you talked about, studying the wind pattern in different stadiums and all that. How involved is that? Are you like a meteorologist, or is it like just, 5 minutes, or how much time goes into it?
Yeah, we have a general idea going into the game what the wind's going to be like. I think, when you get to the stadium, the wind's usually opposite of what the forecast is. So the wind actually bounces off, certain walls. Whether you have 2 decks to the stadium, it really makes a difference. So you really don't know until you're there. For example, Jacksonville, there was a wind kind of from corner to corner, but the wind was completely opposite on the field. So you kind of had 2 sandwich levels of wind that were completely opposite of each other. So there's just little nuances with that, and being able to kind of navigate that throughout the game.
Is that something that you did in college too, though? You knew.
Yeah, it's something that every punter has to deal with. Especially I played up north. It's windy and cold most weeks out of the year, unless you get lucky. So coming up to New England, I think is a great challenge for me and our unit. So looking forward to taking that on.
I have one more question I want to ask you about. How's the chemistry been with Zach? Just as far as his long snapping and you holding on that, how's that been for you?
Yeah, it's been awesome. No hiccups so far. Don't really anticipate there being any. And Algic's come in and done a great job. Trusting me, trusting Zach to kind of give him what he expects to get out of us, and that's a great hold, a great operation. So Zach's been great on punt snaps, field goal snaps, and is really our leader right now. So couldn't be doing a better job.
Luke Johnson.
Hey, Blake, do you have any nerves going into week 1? Not only was it your first NFL game, but it was, your first time playing in a game that mattered, and like a year and a half. I had to kind of feel going into that. Did it take like the first month to kind of get like butterflies out or anything?
Yeah, I think, I always have some, if you call it nerves, you call it nerves, butterflies before games. I think that kind of, shows me that I'm ready to play. It comes down to kind of channeling that the right way. And that's how I kind of use it mentally for myself. And Jacksonville was a great experience. We didn't punt the whole first half, so I really felt comfortable going into the first punt, having sat there for 2 hours. So that was definitely good for my confidence. Getting a hold under my belt or two in the first half, and I think as the weeks go on, confidence just kind of continues to build, and those nerves kind of fade.
Amy Just.
Yeah, as you said in your tweet, or maybe it was Will, I don't remember, but Thomas Morstead signed with the Jets last week. How happy are you for him that, his journey's not over?
Yeah, I always told people that I wasn't over, and I'm glad that, he found another spot to, drop some bombs. And hopefully we can see him later in the season. Hopefully he's still around, and I'm just really happy for him. I saw he had one punt last week. Hoping we only punt once against New England also. But I'm just really happy for him. I reached out to him via text message and then put out a tweet also. And, he was such a good mentor to me. He was always a great, human being first and foremost. And, always wishing continued success.
Any other questions for Blake? I think that's it, man. Thank you.
Cool. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks.